Hey everyone, it's me Jamerson. Welcome back to another stream. Oh no, this is not a stream. Sorry, this is actually a video. Um, I'm recently, yesterday is actually today. It's the 10th of April. Yesterday, Ubisoft released a trailer, the story trailer for the Star Wars Outlaws games they are working on right now, and had a release date. Um, I've already looked at it, so I'm not going to do like a whole reaction video because I feel like that would be disingenuous or whack if I do that. But I did see it. It looks pretty cool. Very interesting to see like what the actual story is. Like Kay is trying to win back her freedom, and she has to work against like four of the most well-known syndicates, but in the Star Wars universe in the Outer Rim to get the freedom, and like she's basically the villain is like this dude named Sekiro or something like that. I forgot his name. Um, but yeah, but the reason I'm making this video is because Game Informer recently got a early hands-on impression of the game, so they got to show give their opinion and their experience of it, and I'm just go over what they said that they like about the game. So I would hold on, give me a second here. Oh, I didn't turn this on. My bad. All right, so Star Wars Outlaws early hands-on impressions from Game Informer. As one of the main components of our trip out to Malmo, Sweden for this issue's cover story, we were the first to get our hands on Star Wars Outlaws, the highly anticipated open world action game from Massive Entertainment, from the studio behind The Division and last year's Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. I wonder how that game did. This game is taking place between episode 5 and 6. Outlaws put you in the shoes of Kay Vess, a common pickpocket turned thief who gets in over her head and becomes a player in the thriving underworld during this dark period in the Star Wars timeline. Um, Outlaws features several planets and moons for players to explore, including iconic and well-known locales like Tatooine, Kijimi, and Akivia, but my hands-on demo takes place entirely on Toshara, a new moon created by Massive Entertainment in collaboration with Lucas Games. Given the timeline's placement of Star Wars Outlaws, the Empire's presence is immediately felt and consistently present. After landing on Toshara, following an unfortunate turn of events, Kay heads to the moon's capital city, Mirogana. Mirogana is dense and multi-leveled, but it was intentionally designed to not be a sprawling city like in other open world games. If you open up the map, the location that we've built for Mirogana is quite compact. Creative director Julian says, what we wanted to do is to have something that is dense in activity rather than super expensive where you get lost and there's not much to do. It's very focused on providing a dense, busy city experience. So I'm going to be, so I guess when I play the game, I'm going to feel it. Oh, I see the little chapter share. That's pretty cool. So just talking about the city. Following encounter with Stormtrooper at the entrance to the city, Kay flashes a fake identification is allowed through. That's pretty cool. This exchange is a reminder of the state of the galaxy in this space between the two classic films. Making her way through Mirogana, Kay ignores the beckoning shopkeeps, arcade games, betting areas, and a table hosting the in-game universe card Sabak. Oh, that's pretty cool. To find our way to the cantina. I always love in video games where like there's like an in-game card game or board game or whatever. Like when I was playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, they had like Queen's Blood, which I thought was a pretty fun game as well. And I think it would be cool to if they have like like a mobile game for that. I would definitely try that out. But yeah, I can't wait to at least get my hands on that Sabak. To find a way to the cantina, and I wonder if Sabak is a actually a game that people actually play in real life. But anyways, in each city you visit, the cantina is always a central location for getting getting the lay of the land, gathering intel, and finding work. Tashara and Miragana in particular is primarily a Pike enclave despite being home to other syndicates as well. To gain some ground with the Pike Syndicate, Kay wants to speak with their leader, Gorak. Sadly, he's in a private VIP section of the cantina, so Kay needs to find a backdoor. Luckily, Kay's hairpin is a data spike, so I can lockpick a side door using a rhythm-based minigame. Yeah, I figured so. After entering the back room of the cantina, I see a blue icon in the distance. These icons demonstrate that Kay can send her companion Nyx to interact with. In this case, he fetches the item and brings it back. Nyx is a Merqual, a new species created in collaboration with Lucas Games. Garrity describes him as having two sides. Nyx is very cute and friendly, but also extremely protective of Kay, even to the point of aggression. Okay, so definitely going to be using him as a as like a tool, as a game mechanic to help you out. Kay reaches Gorak's suite and is immediately picked out by the. Actually, I don't know. Let me go back to Nyx. I wonder if he'll sort of be like Elizabeth in a way, and from like Bioshock Infinite, is that you can use him more often. You can pick up like weapons and stuff like that during like in-game or stealth sections. Alright, this paragraph. Kay reaches Gorak's suite and is immediately picked out by the Pike Syndicate leader as an intruder. Kay gets a chance at FaceTime, but after making a joke that lands with a thud and name dropping the wrong person, Gorak has his guards toss her out. So much for making headway with the Pike Syndicate. As Kay dusts herself off, Nyx reveals he stole Gorak's ring during the scuffle. A voice tells her that might be an unwise move given the Pike's power. Interesting. Okay. So I'm going to assume that if in the beginning or before like you actually speak to him, you actually know that the more I feel like the more stuff that you do, you'll be able to actually speak to him. But since in the game you said like the wrong name, you got kicked out. But I'll be interested to see like what will happen after stealing the ring. The voice comes from Danka, a Miragana broker. She gives Kay a rundown of the syndicates operating on Tashara, then offers her a job from an unknown client. The job, steal a file from the heavily guarded Pike stronghold. This mission surface on the defining elements of Star Wars Outlaws, the reputation system. Kay must navigate the criminal underworld through 4 syndicates, each with its own leader. Jabba the Hutt, leader of the Hutts, stands out as the most recognizable underworld boss Kay crosses paths with, but should also deal with Lady Kiara, who many may know from Emily Clark's portrayal in Solo. I remember that, yeah. And from the Crimson Dawn, Queen Ashka, from the Ashiga clan, and a new syndicate created from Outlaws and Gorak of the Pike Syndicate. The reputation system represents your standing with these 4 syndicates, ranging from terrible to excellent for each individual group. Your reputation with each syndicate determines how the organization treats you. Having a good reputation may mean that they let you walk freely in the hideouts, offer you special stock or discounts at the shops and territories, and even help you out if you get into a hairy situation from another syndicate or even the Empire. Oh, interesting. I didn't think that the reputation system will be like that. That's nice to know. Offers like a lot more weight to the reputation system, and makes it more important to the game. In my case, my introduction to the system starts with the mission of stealing from the Pike Syndicate. I take Kay to the front entrance of the Pike territory, but the organization isn't exactly eager to roll out the red carpet. Even though I just met with their boss, since my standing with them is firmly in the poorer section of the meter, I need to sneak in. I loop down a back alley, climb a ledge, emerge in the restricted area, Pike area. Outlaw strives to provide player emergency, but in early portions of a hideout infiltration, you need to be stealthy. As such, Kay's blaster is off limits until she can get deeper into the territory. However, you can perform stealthy takedowns to clear the path to her destination. This is where Nyx really comes in handy, as you can guide him from the shadows to either distract or attack guards. In this instance, I go the slightly louder route of having Nyx run up on the guard's legs and latch onto his head. This way may be a bit louder, but it also means I can have Kay sprint up and take the guard out without being detected. After taking out and sneaking past a few guards, I find a door that Kay can lockpick. After completing the rhythm minigame, Kay finds herself in what appears to be a maintenance room. Using Nyx's senses, Kay can spot the electrical circuits in the walls, which tell you which buttons to press to call the elevator. Need to reach the next area. Sadly, the first elevator doesn't raise high enough, and the second elevator button is out of the reach for Kay, but not for Nyx. By directing Nyx to press the button, Kay lowers the second elevator, creating a makeshift staircase to climb on to a graded wall to reach a ledge. Continue into the ventilation shafts. A whirlwind fan impedes Kay's path, but by telling Nyx to pull down the shutter, Kay could also blast the power supply and get past the fan. So it looks like Nyx is like a very crucial part for Kay's gameplay. Kay uses the grapple hook to swing across the gap. She reaches the area with the file. Unfortunately, it's protected by energy shields with 2 generators. Even worse, the area is heavily guarded. Since I enter fully hostile territory, I am able to choose my approach to the generators. Do I continue my stealthy approach, or do I pull Kay's blaster out of a holster or go in gunsplit? I decided to try the path of least resistance and continue operating in the shadows. Using Kay's binoculars, I mark enemies to keep track of them once I descend to the ground level. I take out a few enemies using a combination of Nyx distractions. Yeah, Nyx is like really a crucial part of this whole thing. And then setting the stun setting on the Kay's blaster, but it doesn't take long for guards to spot me and a shootout begins. Unfortunately, I don't think to disable the alarm system, so it's triggered. Even I have taken down the alarm system, it wouldn't have made a difference as I accidentally walked past the sightline of a security camera. Oh my god. I dig in and try my best to keep the packs at bay. As I take out more and more pikes, stronger enemy types emerge with shields and more advanced weaponry. Thankfully, I have healing items, and the falling enemies drop better weapons than Kay's Bachelor that she can use until they run out of ammo. Since I triggered an alarm, my reputation with the pikes drops. Had I made it through without being spotted, my reputation with them would not have taken a hit. Sadly, that's not how this played out, as the bodies are piling up and the enemies are closing in on my location with increased intensity. At the risk of exposing myself and doing something rash, I make a break for it. In breaking the line of sight with the guards, a blue silhouette shows my last known location. That's the first place they look before fanning out to try and find me. I use this temporary de-escalation to make a break for the generators. After quietly taking down the guards stationed by them, I deactivated both generators and go to retrieve what I came for. Kay assessed the terminal and easily finds the file the mysterious client wanted, but she finds something even juicier. Video footage of one of Garuk's underlings plotting against him. Ever the opportunist, Kay knows that someone would pay a pretty penny for this information, maybe even Garuk. That's right, even after the violence I just took part in with the pikes, my face on the camera and everything, Kay still considered going to their leader. That's because there's somewhat of an understanding in the criminal world that these relationships aren't about making friends. They're about mutual benefit. It seems like Kay is set on giving it to curry favor, but after returning to Miragana Katina with the file for the client, she spots another opportunity. It turns out anonymous content from a member of the Crimson Dawn and this file retrieval was a test to see if the syndicate would rely on Kay for more important jobs. With the foot now in the door, Kay thinks fast, wondered if she should give the extra file regarding the Pike Syndicate coup to Crimson Dawn instead. At this moment, the player has a choice. Do you provide it to the Pike Syndicate as initially planned, or your new associate in the Crimson Dawn? I opt to give it to Crimson Dawn, causing my reputation with them to increase. I've taken on an optional job with them, another quest giver in the container. I return to Danka for more work. She tells me to go to a particular merchant to retrieve a part for Case Blaster. Sadly, when I arrive, I learn he doesn't have it, but I can probably steal the part from a nearby syndicate. Plagiar Agency and the reputation system pop up again in my playthrough, as I can choose if I want to steal it from the Pike Syndicate or the Crimson Dawn. Both of them have a presence in Muragana, but since I have a better reputation with Crimson Dawn, they let me walk right in without resistance. However, even with my decent reputation with them, they only let me get so close. My reputation isn't good enough to get into the guarded heart of the Crimson Dawn territory, so it's back to stealth mechanics, like the earlier Pike encounter. If I can get in and get out without raising an alarm, Kate's reputation with Crimson Dawn won't take a hit, so I make that my goal. After some close calls and last second takedowns, I reach the part without making the Crimson Dawn skittish about trusting me. Before wrapping up my demo, I got a brief chance to explore the open world of Tashara outside of Muragana. With the press of a button, I summon a speeder, which massive design with inspiration from the Swedish motorbike manufacturer. The vehicle feels excellent in motion, smooth, quick, and agile like a speeder should. After some brief navigation, this includes hearing radio chatter for some activities I could pursue. I arrive at a small town from Jonta's Hope, which is the current location of Kay's ship, the Trailblazer. Yeah. I need to go to a nearby building, grab an item from it, but the door's locked. After a quick modification to Kay's blaster, her weapon gains the Ion Blast ability, which gives her an advantage over droid enemies, allows her to solve environment puzzles like this one. Kay can access the building and loot all the goodies by shooting the 2 transformers for the lock with the Ion Blast. Unfortunately, just as I was starting to get a true feel for the gameplay loop, my session ended. I didn't have an opportunity to explore the repetition system truly, but I love the notion of keeping up appearances with the various syndicates, not to mention making sure not to annoy the Empire too much. As I spent my afternoon taking in the sights and sounds of Tashara, I came away excited about how far you can manipulate the various systems and play in Outlaws. Massive Entertainment came into the project wanting to create the ultimate scoundrel experience set in the Star Wars galaxy, and for what I've seen and played, it has a lot of important elements in place to accomplish that goal. I am more excited than ever to get my hands on the final product when it arrives on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and on August 30th. Wow. This was a really good article. Very informative. Goes really in depth about like the reputation system, and I can definitely see how when they said Massive Entertainment said that they wanted to create, a truly scoundrel experience, like can make you feel like a scoundrel in the old era of like Star Wars between the Empire Strikes Back and the Return of the Jedi. That I think they created something based on this person's their notes, their article, their writings, based on how the reputation system works and how it's implemented in the game. It's really like an important thing. Like everything that you do is, like it says, to keep up with appearances and to give you an edge to help you out. This like basically you really have to keep you on your toes. You really have to think about like the decisions that you make and how they will affect you in the game. And I think that's like pretty cool. But yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on this game. August 30th is gonna come out. Definitely gonna be playing it whenever I can. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy that. If you can check out my other Star Wars stuff, my Star Wars Outlaw stuff. I made another video before about like another article talking about like how the game works a couple months ago, so you can check that out. But thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that usual YouTube stuff, and see you later. Bye.
living back.